I found the Jedi!
What's that? Checking out the disturbance.
Oh, that hurts.
Hold it! Don't move! How'd you get here?
EA released a good Star Wars game? Holy shit, it must be the end times. After the terrible and overly monetized launches of Battlefront 1 and 2, EA and developer Respawn Entertainment not only make one of the best Star Wars games ever, but do so with absolutely no microtransactions. Hell yeah. The combat takes a lot of inspiration from games like Dark Souls and Sekiro, where learning patterns, being cautious, and timing your parries and attacks is imperative. It's an easy enough system to learn, but takes time to master, especially if you're playing on a harder difficulty, where 3 stormtroopers rushing you with batons can kill you if you even slip up once. The only weapon you ever use is your lightsaber, which works great, and you often complement your swordplay skills with basic force powers. You never do anything crazy, but going from a novice Jedi to a badass Jedi Knight feels incredibly rewarding. Enemies vary a bit, with different kinds of wildlife, a variety of stormtroopers, deadly purge troopers, droids, bounty hunters, giant machines, force-wielding inquisitors, and zombies? They all fight differently too, which keeps the combat interesting and constantly evolving. The only negatives I really have about the combat was that your droid BD-1 wouldn't heal you if you disrupted the action, and that the response time between hitting the block button and actually blocking felt a little bit too long. The other half of the gameplay definitely draws from Uncharted, with climbing sections, over-the-top cinematic set pieces, and Indiana Jones-style puzzle solving. None of the puzzles ever have you beating your head against a wall, but they do use your force powers in fun and innovative ways. The traversal is alright. With the way your character moves, it's very easy to fall off the ledge, which can be frustrating, and the sliding sections were just straight up awful, with no real sense of control or precision turning. You get experience throughout the game in which you can use to unlock skills. These skills help you focus on your playstyle as you're progressing through the game. It didn't seem like a hefty choice though, because eventually with enough battles, you can just unlock everything. It is a nice representation though for how your character has developed throughout the experience. What more can I say? This is Star Wars. The story puts you in control of Cal Kestis, a young Jedi who joins a ragtag crew to stop an evil plot from the Empire. The characters are really well written, even some of the villains you felt for. In fact, the worst written character was probably the main character. Cal has his challenges, but he's never truly pushed down a difficult path. He remains mostly the same cocky and fun protagonist throughout most of the adventure. The amount of lore and setting in this game is great. BD-1 scans every enemy, artifact, and interesting thing, unlocking new interesting tidbits to read about. The immersion and authenticity is very clearly here. Respawn has done an amazing job at recreating the nostalgic universe we all know and love. Aside from the Wookiees looking like something out of a low-budget horror flick, the art direction is solid, colorful, and immersive. Every detail you'd expect from the Star Wars universe is there. Crazy-looking creatures, droids, stormtroopers, and starships. You could even customize your own look with many decals for your poncho, BD-1, and even your starship. You can also take lightsaber customization to the extreme, changing the crystal color, the different parts, and even the material it's made out of. Everything you could want artistically is here, and thankfully, I don't have to unlock it through a fucking loot box. The word authentic comes to mind. With a blend of new music with familiar instruments, Fallen Order does an incredible job. From cantina songs to exploring each planet, the soundtrack is stellar. The sound effects are also good, from swinging your lightsaber around to deflecting blaster shots. Nothing really feels out of place. Holy fuck, this game is just good. Jedi Fallen Order is the best Star Wars game since Knights of the Old Republic. It delivers a fun and authentic new story and makes you truly feel like you're a master of the Force. The combat is difficult, yet rewarding, empowering you to improve and overcome. And honestly, it's been forever since I've played something that feels like a true old-school video game, unlocking new abilities and cosmetics for just playing the fucking game, not purchasing them through an online store. The developers take the Star Wars titles seriously, and have really made something impactful. The Force is strong with Jedi Fallen Order, getting a 9 out of 10. If you want more games like this, show your support for the developer and pick this game up. Show EA that there's still a place for good games that don't over-monetize us. I have spoken. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe. And please, if you've played the game, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you have to say. This is Game Ghost, keeping it real, with too many games to play, and not enough time to play them.